Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy TheStageMan, and we are live for my WWE Wrestlemania 32 preview and prediction extravaganza. Before we get started, I have to give a shout out to TheStageMan for the cover art of the video. Thank you so much. Everything about him, his Facebook, his Twitter, and other information is down below in the description. Check him out. He does some great work for me and for other people here in the YWC, or just for himself to entertain you. He has great talent, and he definitely deserves your eyes. So thank you for the cover art. What to say? What to say about WrestleMania 32? I'll start by saying this. I want to like this show. I want to feel like I'm excited. I want to get behind this show. I want the WWE to succeed and accomplish something that it's never done before. During a time when they're plagued with injuries, tons and tons of people are not going to be here at WrestleMania. People like John Cena, Sting, who is recently announced to be retiring from a serious back injury, spinal injury. Daniel Bryan, who recently retired. Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, Randy Orton, Neville, who recently got injured or put out on injury because of a broken ankle and broken shin. Bray Wyatt apparently is going to be able to make WrestleMania. He's still dealing with some back issues, but he's going to work through it. Kind of what Del Rio went through. He just worked through some injuries and he's okay now. So Bray Wyatt might be okay for WrestleMania. Regardless, though, that's a lot of people that's not going to be at WrestleMania. So during a time where they need to pull out all the stops, a time where they shouldn't allow themselves to make any mistakes, they shouldn't go all in. No half measures, full measures. You know, you would think during this time the WWE would show us why it is the greatest, the top brand in wrestling today. This would be the time to prove it. To do the unthinkable. Sell out 105,000 seats. No wrestling promotion has done that ever. I gotta be honest, though. I don't think they put their best foot forward. The build for this show has not been all that good. Is it better than last year's? Just a little bit. But WWE is continuing to demonstrate a terrible trend that they should look into. A very terrible trend that is showcasing their inability to build into their shows. They cannot, for some particular reason, build to their shows, whether it's deliberate or unintentional. WWE's ability to make their shows feel special, they don't have it anymore because they're so focused on corporate means, whether that's promoting, commercials or promoting shows that are pointless like Roadblock. I'm sorry. Roadblock might have been a good house show because of good matches, but overall it meant nothing, absolutely nothing to WrestleMania 32 and just WWE in the future. It was just a house show. It stood on itself. And if that is what you wanted, I'm happy for you. For me, it was pointless because it did nothing for me when it comes to WrestleMania 32. Overall, WWE is its own worst enemy. It's its own worst enemy. It's not us. It's not the fans. It's not the internet. It's the company itself. This ridiculous harsh scheduling has put a lot of talents out. A lack of direction. for their talents, a lack of character building to help these guys get over with the audience, and just a lack of common sense with their weekly shows. And I just get this overall feeling of apathy. Apathy from WWE. Like nothing matters. Unless they want it to matter. They don't really care if their product... I would think they don't care. The one thing I don't want is for them to care. And for them to try and to think that what they're doing is right. Because then we're in trouble. I would like to think they don't care, and if they actually did decide they wanted to care, they would make this right. I would rather that be instead of them thinking what they're doing is right, because then we're in some deep trouble. I'm sorry, man. I can understand Fastlane. I can understand pay-per-views like just something random. Like, I wouldn't even say Money in the Bank, but Money in the Bank, Battleground, Over the Limit, Hell in a Cell, TLC. I get pay-per-views like that. I can understand them not trying. Even for Extreme Rules, fine, whatever. This is WrestleMania. This is the grandest stage of them all, where heroes become legends. The one place wrestlers bust their ass for decades, for years, to be able to say they wrestled on. And I still don't feel like the WWE has grasped how important this is. At this moment right now, when it comes to ticket sales, they're not even close. Well, they're on the verge of selling it out, but they're not selling it out. I think it's like, what, 70,000, 80,000 some tickets? And the show is like 2 weeks away, guys. They need to find a way to sell 20,000 something tickets in 2 weeks. They better figure it out. I'm not saying they won't. Maybe the WWE will wake up and say, okay, we care now. But they have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to make some serious changes and really get their act together. These next 2 Raws in Philadelphia and Brooklyn need to be really, really, really freaking good. Spectacular. Attitude Era-esque awesomeness. That's the only way I see them truly selling out 105,000 seats. And let me tell you something. Philly and Brooklyn will not be kind to them if they give them an average show. That was a long introduction. Let's talk about WrestleMania. Let's start off with the Hall of Fame. Here are my thoughts on the Hall of Fame list. As of right now, it's Sting, the Fabulous Freebirds, Jacqueline, the Godfather, and I think rumors that the last 2 are going to be JBL and Stan Hansen. Those are the rumors I'm hearing. And Celebrity Ring, Elmer Fudd. Celebrity Wing may go to either Regis Philbin or Snoop Dogg. I would prefer Snoop Dogg because he actually did some things for WWE. As for this list, I don't hate it. I will say this, though. I'm not really jumping to see anybody else's speech except Sting's. That's it. JBL's speech, I've grown so cold of JBL as of lately. I don't even want to see his face. He is such a terrible commentator. He has such a terrible commentary on the show. How about that? Fabulous Freebirds. I didn't grow up with them. I know they were an integral part of the wrestling business back in the day. I know their feud with Dusty Rhodes and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. They do. But I never grew up with them, so I'm not going to jump to see them. I'm interested in the Godfather speech. And you know what? I guess I'll be interested in Jacqueline's speech, mainly because I actually grew up with Jacqueline. You know, I'm not going to hate on Jacqueline. Do I think she should be in the Hall of Fame? That's not for me to decide. I love that she's going in as the first ever female to win the women's championship and the cruiserweight championship, because we all remember when Jacqueline had that cruiserweight championship run. It was so memorable. Yeah. But I'm not going to hate on her. She's from Texas, so I like her. Yes, I am that petty. I am that freaking easy to make someone like it. You're from Texas, I'll like you. No, honestly, I like Jacqueline. I don't hate on her. I liked her feud with Sable, and I like her. So if she wants to, if they want to put her in the Hall of Fame, I'm not going to say no. Would I have chosen her? No. Mickie James, maybe Sable, or you know, this really awesome female that, you know, didn't really have much to do with WWE back in the day. Miss Elizabeth, you know, just saying. But that's all right. I'm okay with Jacqueline. Yeah, we'll see. I might watch it. I might not. I'm definitely going to check out Sting's induction. I'm very interested in seeing what he has to say, especially knowing that he's going to retire. You know, one of the best to do what he does. So it is what it is. The Rock is scheduled to host WrestleMania in Dallas, which is cool. Love The Rock. I hope he just doesn't have some random opening segment where he rambles. I hope he has backstage segments. You know, I hope he's involved in stuff. I hope in some kind of shape or form, even though I know he will be, but I do hope he is involved with the main event, because that main event needs everybody. Jesus Christ, it needs all hands on deck. It needs something, because as of right now, I'll say it. I'll explain it when I get to it. But right now, the worst part of WrestleMania is the main event. And it never should be that way. No event, no wrestling event should have the worst part about it be the main event. The main event should be the driving force of the show. Which is why I think what we think the main event is going to be might not even be the main event. I'll get more into this as I get into the actual card. But The Rock should be involved with that main event somehow, some way. And I want him, if I was to ask for one thing involving The Rock, I want some kind of Legends interaction with him. What I mean by that is, like WrestleMania 30, we had The Rock, Austin, and Hulk Hogan. That was awesome. I don't think we're going to get that this year. But I want something. You know, something. Something would be nice. What would it be? Him and Ric Flair. Ric Flair's going to be there. Let me know down below. Like, what would you have The Rock do in the comment section? I don't want to dwell on this too long, because I do like The Rock, and I do want him to be there, and I look forward to seeing him do his shtick. Finally, The Rock has come back to WrestleMania, or Dallas, Texas, wherever he's going to say. And Rooney Poo, you said it. I know you said it. You said it. I know you did. It's okay. But, yeah, he's going to be cool. Also, I'm hearing rumors that we might have 2 commentary teams. I don't know how it's going to work, but I hear that they're going to allow Mauro, Ranallo, and Jerry the King Lawler to do some commentary work for WrestleMania. I'm actually getting on my knees for this. Please. Please. Please let Mauro, Ranallo do commentary work with Jerry the King Lawler. I would prefer he be on commentary, period, but you're not going to give that to me. Whatever, fine. I'll take 50%, 25%. One fucking match. Mauro Ranallo needs to be on WrestleMania. You won't give me Jim Ross. Fine. Whatever. Okay, I understand. I moved on from that. Jim Ross is gone. The next best thing is Mauro Ranallo. Please give me Mauro on commentary for WrestleMania. Please. I promise you, you will not regret it. That would be awesome. I can't stand Michael Cole. I can't stand JBL. I can't stand, well, I like Byron, but Byron with Michael Cole and JBL, I don't like. So do not make me sit through 4 hours, 5 hours of JBL, Michael Cole, and Byron. Please give me at least an hour or 2 hours of Mauro Ranallo. That's all I'm going to say. He's one of the best. No, he is the best. He is the best damn commentator you have in WWE right now. He needs to be on WrestleMania. That is the only begging I'm going to do in this video. So let me get my ass back up. All right. I think we're good. Got the business taken care of. Let's get into the actual card. Let's start off with the Divas match. Why not? The triple threat Divas Championship match. Former NXT women's wrestlers. Charlotte, the champion, taking on Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. First off, I'm so happy for all three of these girls. They've worked so hard to get to where they are. 2 years ago, they were tearing it up on NXT. Well, actually, last year. I take that back. Last year, for 2 years, they've been tearing it up on NXT. You know, revolutionizing women's wrestling. These three all had a part in revolutionizing female wrestling. And because of that, they are on WrestleMania, and they deserve it. They deserve this match. And I have faith that they're going to go out there and have a spectacular match. I just hope they give them time. And I'm talking 20 minutes, at least 20, 15 minutes. I have to say this. Out of all the matches on this show, I believe this has to be the most coherently booked WrestleMania match on the show. Like, I feel like this had a beginning. And it had an end, which is here at WrestleMania. I felt like the story leading into this match is there. The development of the characters makes sense. Charlotte comes across as a spoiled, rotten little brat, really. She is the most consistently booked heel champion that they've had in a long time. And she's really good at getting heat. I'll say it. I think she's a better heel champion than Seth Rollins. I love Seth. Please don't get that the wrong way. But he was booked like shit as champion. And you know he was. He was booked like crap as a world champion. Charlotte is a better booked champion than Seth Rollins. And Becky Lynch is a better booked heel. No, what the hell? Babyface. Huh? Say that again. Becky Lynch is a better booked babyface than Roman Reigns. Yep. I just went there. And you know it's true. Becky Lynch has struggled. Becky Lynch has had to climb. She's had to go through a lot. And she's earned the respect of the universe. They're chanting Becky, and I'm so happy to see it. She is awesome. Awesome stuff. And Sasha Banks doing her thing too. And I like the fact that they kept her undefeated, which makes her a great wild card in this match. We're continuing the feud between Charlotte and Becky, who were former friends who have become bitter enemies. That's going into WrestleMania. And then we throw Sasha Banks in there because she's undefeated and she wants that championship. It makes sense. I don't see how anybody, honestly, can complain about this. What do you have to say about this feud, this storyline, and this match that could honestly be negative? I can't find one. I really can't. The matches that they've had with Becky Lynch and Charlotte and then Sasha, and any combination of the match leading up to this, I had no issues with at all. So, yeah, it makes sense, man. It should be a great match if given time. My prediction, I'm going to pick Charlotte. I think Charlotte, and honestly, because she's doing such a great job as a heel champion, I think Charlotte will hold that belt until SummerSlam. And then she will drop it to, that's a good question. Who should she drop it to? If Bayley's coming up, maybe Bayley. Maybe Sasha. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have her hold that long. I wouldn't have her hold it that long, maybe. That is hard. It's weird. You know what? I'm going to say it like this. If Charlotte wins, which is what my prediction is, and she holds it until SummerSlam, I'm not going to complain. And if they want to drop it to Bayley or Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch at the time, awesome. I think she's doing a great job as a heel character. And I think after that, seeing her go babyface might be very interesting because, you know, I think her on NXT as Charlotte, you know, on NXT, she didn't want to be known as Charlotte Flair. She wanted to be known as Charlotte herself. You know, she wanted to be known as the one who is genetically superior to every female wrestler. And she still has that characteristic here. They add the element of her trying to impress her father and satisfy her father, which is why she is what she is. Eventually, she has to get away from that if they want her to grow as a character, which is what I'm hoping happens when she turns babyface. That's just my opinion. Okay. So, there you go. Something positive to talk about. Let's talk about the tag team matches. Let me ask you this question. Why do we have 2 separate tag matches in WrestleMania? That's more of a question directed at WWE, not the fans, because it's not your fault. On a show like this, we need to be really going all out. Again, I stressed this at the beginning of this video. This is not a time to be, okay, this is a show, let's just throw something out there. No. We need to be emptying the freaking arsenal on this show. We need to be going all out. I don't understand why we aren't doing, in my opinion, the best option when it comes to the tag team division, which is a TLC match. Traditional TLC match, 3-way. The New Day, the Dudley Boyz, and the Usos. New Day has been fighting the Dudleys and the Usos since last year. So now, here comes WrestleMania. They have to fight them both. Why not go with that direction? Why not go with that? That's the best option. Fine. You want to throw in the League of Nations, and I'll get to them in a second. Fine. 4-way. Make it a 4-way crash course TLC match. Let them kill each other. I mean, that's the kind of match we need to be having, folks. What about the injuries to Lex, man? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. You know, I think they are all smart enough to not be hurt. I say that now, being very selfish. And I'll admit that, excuse me. Because, you know, when I say that this match should happen, I do say it kind of out of a selfish need to want to see it myself. That's just the Attitude Era, hardcore ECW side of me, that old school fan inside of me. But yeah, regardless, that's the best match we got. It'd be better than what we got now. What do we have right now? The Usos versus the Dudley Boyz in a tables match. Because that doesn't scream pre-show at all. It's destined for the pre-show. It really is. There is no way they're going to throw that on the card. I mean, I would love for them to throw it on the card if it had a story to it, but there is no story to it. It's a pointless filler feud that really doesn't have a ton of heat to qualify to be a WrestleMania match. It feels like a B-show pay-per-view match. If that's even. It might be just a Raw show. Raw. It's not even a Raw main event quality feud. I wouldn't even put this on the end of Raw. Also, there's nothing to gain from this match. There is nothing to gain from this match, which makes it even less interesting. Okay, so the Usos win. What next? Okay, the Dudleys win. What next? Nothing. It's just a freaking match that has no heat to it. Yeah, the Dudley Boyz turn on the Usos. Why? I that was never explained. Because they're the baddest tag team in WWE. Listen, I like the fact that the Dudley Boyz turned heel. But if you're going to turn someone heel, let it be for a reason. And let it be proven that their heel turn was the right decision to make. That's how you get heat. The best thing to have done with the Dudley Boyz, have them turn heel and then get the tag team championships that way. Because honestly, if we were to do that TLC 3-way, 4-way traditional tag match, I would have the Dudleys win. Because they are the most prestigious tag team in WWE right now. And I love the New Day. Please don't get that the wrong way. Please, I'm not saying the New Day are born tag team champions. They're not. Please. It's just, to me, if you're going to turn someone heel, it needs to have a destination. And what better way to reestablish the Dudley Boyz than to get them the tag team championships again? But what do I know, right? I'm just a wrestling fan. Will the match be good? Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fair. I'll be fair and say this will actually be a good match. It'll just be on the pre-show, and it won't mean anything. It's like Roadblock. Was it a good show? Sure. It just didn't mean anything. It was pointless. So if you're expecting a good tables match between two really good, awesome tag teams, if that's what you want out of this match, then I'm pretty sure, I am positive that you'll get what you want. I just feel like long-term wise, this is not going to mean anything. The winner, the Usos. That's my prediction. It would make a lot more sense to have the Dudleys win, especially since they turned the New Day heel face. What's wrong with me? I'm botching a lot. Stop botching. Since they turned the New Day face, it would make a lot more sense for the Dudleys to win. I don't think they are. It's WrestleMania. And knowing what they plan on doing, we got to have the Samoan Dynasty conquer WWE Wrestlemania, folks. So Usos will probably win this one. As for the Tag Team Championships, the New Day versus the League of Nations. It's clear that the New Day was put against the League of Nations so the New Day can have someone to make them feel like baby faces. And look, I am completely for the New Day going babyface. Why not? They are the most organically beloved tag team in WWE right now. They got over being goofy and being fun-loving and just being themselves. You know? They work great as heels. Please don't get that wrong, but the fans love them, and they know how to get the crowd excited because they're all three of them are really good talents. So it makes perfect sense to turn them babyface. As much as I loved seeing Kofi Kingston as a heel, I had to admit this has gotten over so strongly that if they want to turn them babyface, I'm not going to say no. So putting them against the League of Nations on paper makes sense. And Del Rio, Rusev, Wade Barrett, not a huge fan of Sheamus, but the talents in the League of Nations will do well in their roles as heels. Here's the problem. Here's the big issue. The New Day have already beaten the League of Nations multiple times. Multiple times. When you've had title shot after title shot after title shot, Roadblock and then on Raw, you've beaten them, why should I care? And what sense did it make for them to even get another title shot? The League of Nations lost to New Day multiple times, 2 or 3 times, I think. So why are they getting another title shot here at WrestleMania? That makes no sense. That's dumb. It makes me care less about the match. And if they win, that's going to be even more stupid. And it's not just a victory where they had to cheat to win. No, they've beaten these guys clean. Granted, their victory on Raw wasn't necessarily clean, but at the exact same time, they've beaten them clean. So I don't know. Again, it just would have worked better if all tag teams were involved in a multi-TLC match. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, it's going to go to the New Day. New Day's going to win. There's no reason for the League of Nations to get the belts off of the New Day. There really isn't. Yeah, that's my pick. New Day will beat the League of Nations. All right, moving on to the United States Championship. It is Kalisto versus Ryback. It's being billed as a big guy versus an underdog, a little guy match. It would be nice to get an appearance from some big name. Here's where I use my creative mind to make a match seem more exciting than what it really is. Because a lot of people aren't really looking forward to this match. I get it. I understand. It has Ryback in it. Ryback's not really a great person to watch. I mean, the feed me more is all he has. Seriously, that's all he has. Maybe this new tweener heel run will give him something interesting to work with. But as of right now, I'm not feeling it. It's just not clicking with Ryback. The feed me more stuff is all he has. It's a catchy catchphrase. But it would be nice if we got an appearance from someone like Goldberg. Like, imagine this. Ryback is going out to the match. He's getting ready for the match, and he confronts Goldberg backstage. And then he tells him off. I'm better than you, Goldberg. And then during the match, Goldberg runs in, spears him. Kalisto retains the championship. 1, 2, 3. That would be awesome. That would be a great WrestleMania moment to have, to be involved in, especially for Ryback. Yeah, honestly, that would be the best thing that can happen in this match. Goldberg comes out and helps Kalisto beat Ryback. Could be an awesome moment. Awesome WrestleMania moment. And some people might suggest CM Punk. If it was possible, that would be nice, but it's not going to happen because CM Punk is in UFC. Yeah. So I don't know where that accent came from. I'm sorry. We can dream. Regardless, gonna keep it short. Kalisto retains. There is no reason for Ryback to beat Kalisto here. Which is probably why he'll beat Kalisto, because there is no reason for him to. No, Kalisto's gonna beat Ryback. I think he's gonna hold that belt and drop it to someone with more momentum. Unless the plan is to make this a feud and then Kalisto eventually loses to Ryback. Fine. If you want to do that, that's cool. But he can't lose here. I don't think it's a good idea to have him lose it here. Especially since Kalisto is extremely over with that United States Championship. Seriously. That's all I can really say about it. You know, the story behind it's okay. Ryback telling Kalisto he should leave Sin Cara and be just like him. And Kalisto is not following that path. He's choosing to do his own thing. Which, honestly, you know what? That could lead into a feud between him and Sin Cara. You know, Sin Cara is very paranoid that, you know, I think I got this from, who did I get this from? This is not my idea, by the way. I forgot who I got it from. But Sin Cara gets very paranoid that Kalisto is trying to separate the two, but Kalisto is his friend and wants to keep them together. But Sin Cara eventually turns on Kalisto. And then we do that feud. That would be an awesome feud. Was that? Who was that? Was that Twitwell? Or was that OTR Central? I can't remember. Whoever thought of it, thank you. That's a great idea. I would go with that. Moving on to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal featuring the Wyatt family. This match lost all meaning since Cesaro won and WWE completely booked him like crap. Nothing happened with Cesaro after he won this match. Nothing happened with Big Show after he won this match. So why should I care? Why should I feel any sort of investment into the winner of this match? And I know we have to have this match because it's a tribute to Andre the Giant. I get it. But you know what, WWE? If it really was a tribute to Andre the Giant, the person who would win this match would get a freaking push to something. Something. If this match really was a tribute to honor the career and the life of Andre the Giant, a legend in the business, the winner should be treated a lot more specially. But they're not. They are not. So I don't care who wins this match, honestly. I think it will be Bray Wyatt. Either Bray Wyatt or Braun Strowman. It doesn't matter. When they say it features the Wyatt family, I'm thinking it's going to be one of the people in the Wyatt family. Because it's stupid. It's stupid to think they would have anybody else win this. And how telling would it be if the Wyatt family did in fact win? Because I know damn well they're not going to book them any strongly. They're not. They are not. The only way for this to mean something, the only way for this to start meaning something is if the person who wins it gets a push and wins the championship. I would love for that to be Bray Wyatt, but it's not going to happen. So, excuse me for my bitterness. I apologize. This needs to be a pre-show match. That's all I'm going to say. Bray Wyatt is my pick to win it. Braun Strowman or Bray Wyatt, I'm going with Bray Wyatt. As apparently he's cleared to wrestle. Let's hope it stays that way. All right, moving on. Let's talk about AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. As of right now, there is no stipulation to this match. So, if I had to guess what kind of stipulation these two could have, falls count anywhere, submission, 2 out of 3 falls. We'll see what happens. Whatever the case, if they're going to have a match again, this being their fourth match, by the way, fourth, one on Raw, one on SmackDown, one at Fastlane. So this is their fourth match. This one needs to have a stipulation, some kind of stipulation, something. Even if it's something like if Chris Jericho loses, he has to retire. If Chris Jericho, Y2J, loses one more time to AJ Styles, he must retire. Fine. That's fine with me. If not that, some kind of stipulation. That really makes sense. That gives a new layer to this feud. Other than that, this has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed this program with AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. I love the change in dynamics with the fact that Chris Jericho has gone completely fucking full-on heel. You know, he is so sick and so jealous of AJ Styles, who has come in and set the entire wrestling world, at least in WWE, on fire. You know, he is the new... He's the new prospect. He's the guy that fans love and are getting behind. And he cannot take the fact that people love AJ Styles more than him and that his time is passing him by. It's turned him into a nasty, narcissistic bastard. He's always telling the fans, don't cheer for AJ Styles. Love me. Love Y2J. I am the best in the world at what I do. And this is the character Chris Jericho should have always been. I'm sorry. I love Chris, but he can't be a babyface anymore. He just doesn't work as a babyface. He can't create interest as a babyface. He can only create interest as a heel. Whether it's a cowardly chicken shit heel or a badass heel or just him being Chris Jericho as a heel. That is the only way he can create interest. He can't do it anymore. He can't do it anymore as a guy who goes, would you please shut the hell up? Or, you know, the other stuff that he used to say. I have come to accept the fact that Chris Jericho just cannot be the beloved babyface that he used to be. He has to be the narcissistic asshole. Because that's the only way he can create interest. Which is fine. He's a legend. He's going into the Hall of Fame regardless. So, match should be really good. Prediction, AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles will beat Chris Jericho and will move on from this feud. Absolutely move on from it. He needs to go on and face Kevin Owens for that IC Championship. Or something. You know, depending on what they do, where they go with the IC Championship, I would love for it to be AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Or AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. Woo-wee! AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. Damn, son. Damn. Makes me wish they started on NXT. I really want that match. Save that for WrestleMania next year. They probably won't. That'll be for SummerSlam. But speaking of the Intercontinental Championship match, as of right now, I don't know what they're going to do with it. There is no set match in motion. There is no set plan in motion yet. If I had to predict the matches we will get, Fatal 4-Way, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, or just Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. If you had to pick one, if I had to choose one, please let it be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. The match has a story. All they have to do is just follow what they did on NXT. Yes, I know people don't watch NXT. I know enough people don't watch NXT. I get that. But seriously, what else are they going to do? Okay? They've already continued to feud into WWE. I mean, at the Royal Rumble, they mentioned the fact that Kevin Owens put out Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn is back to get revenge. So they're already pretty much using that storyline. Might as well just have it conclude at WrestleMania. Just tell the story like it was on NXT. Have them go out there, cut a promo, either tomorrow night on Raw or next week, and say that we were always destined to do this, you know, since their days in ROH when he was El Generico and he was Kevin Steen. You know, they are destined to fight each other. They are destined to be the yin and yang of each other. That is how as how it's been. That is how it's going to be going forward. You know, and Kevin Owens, I'm telling you, man, he can make that work. Kevin Owens being the douchebag, that sociopathic, psychopathic, I don't know which one he is. I'm going to say sociopath. Brute who justifies all his bad actions by saying, I'm doing it for my family. You know, great heel character. If booked strongly, wasn't booked to run Owens' run and more fight Owens' fight, he would be the best heel in the company. But what do I know? A character like that going against a beloved, always a babyface until he retires, never give up, done right, Sami Zayn, perfect. That's money. That's money. I don't know why we wouldn't do that match at WrestleMania. I don't get why we shouldn't. Let's do it. Let's just do Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, but we have to have people on the card. So more than likely, it'll be the fatal four-way ID: Ziggler, Miz, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. So if I had to choose, it would be the singles match. But regardless, the winner is going to be Kevin Owens. I do think no matter what match it is, Kevin Owens will come out with the victory. I would love for Sami Zayn to beat Kevin Owens. And I think if they do have a singles match, there is a good chance he might beat him. And if he does, I will mark out. But as it looks right now, the odds are saying Kevin Owens will walk out as the IC champion going forward because he's just that damn good. So there you go. Team Bella, Team Brie Bella versus Team Lana, which is a match I am predicting to happen. It might not be this. It might just be Brie versus Lana and Paige. And the other girls might be Lumberjacks or something like that. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm fine with the match because I want to see Lana wrestle because Lana's hot. But that's it. You know, I like Brie, but I like Brie as a person. Her as a talent, just kind of man. You know, I don't know Brie as a person. Maybe I should watch how I word my stuff. I like Brie for the simple fact that she's Daniel Bryan's wife. How about that? And I think WWE is hoping that that's the main reason why fans like her too, which is probably the case, but that's not a really good reason to book her as a babyface. She's just not doing it for me. So if they book her against Lana, I'm going to want Lana to win. That's about it. That's all I got to say. So Team Lana versus Team Bella or Lumberjack match, Lana versus Brie. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what they're going to do. So Lana to win. The fans love Lana. I don't know. I know why they book her as a heel, but I don't know why they're going against it. You know, I know that she's married to Rusev, so let the fans love her. Why not have that dynamic? Why not use that dynamic to your liking? The fans love Lana and hate Rusev. It worked before with Randy Savage and Elizabeth. It can work with these two. The fans are not going to boo Lana. The fans are not going to boo Lana, especially against Brie Bella. Get that out of here. I think it just would be better to turn her babyface. That's just my opinion. Moving on, though. I think this is where we get to the important matches. Yes, this is it. This is where we get to the three main matches carrying this show. The undercard so far, I don't hate it. I think it's a solid undercard on paper. It just needs the right amount of hype. And I think we should be good. Okay, let's talk about the three main events for this show. The first one, Dean Ambrose versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, in a street fight. No holds barred street fight. One of the only two matches I feel are WrestleMania worthy. These two are going to kill each other. You know damn well there will be blood. Why? Because Brock Lesnar's in it. Brock Lesnar, I guarantee you, I swear to God, this is what he does. Before every match, he goes right up to Vince McMahon or the people in charge of fines and go, look, I'm going to cut myself. I'm going to blade. Here's my fine money. Here's $50,000. I'm a millionaire anyways. Who cares? Here's the money. Let us blade. Let us bleed. Guarantee you he will do that in this match. So you know there's going to be blood. You know the brutality scale is going to be off the charts. They're going to do craziness in this match. You even got Mick Foley involved in this. Now, I don't know what role he'll play going forward. Maybe he will be in Dean Ambrose's corner, you know, to be the yin to Paul Heyman's yang. You know what I'm saying? And I would love for Mick Foley and Paul Heyman to actually have a promo against each other. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Mick Foley and Paul Heyman on the microphone. Mwah! Gold! But Mick Foley's role in this match, maybe he'll support Dean Ambrose, or maybe he'll be special guest referee. Potentially. The main events, all 3 main events, had the potential of having a special guest referee. So we'll see which one gets it. Why not? If you're going to add Mick Foley in there, why not have him as a special guest referee? That's just my thing. But the story is simple. I love the story behind it. Lesnar is pissed off that he's not a part of the WrestleMania main event. And he decided to take his anger out on Dean Ambrose. The problem is Dean Ambrose will not stay down and refuses to die. So now we have a fight at WrestleMania. Easy. Easy. Makes sense. Dean Ambrose wants a title shot. Lesnar didn't get it because of, he feels like it's because of Ambrose. But it's really, well, yeah, because Reigns pinned Ambrose. Although Reigns said he would pin Lesnar. Jesus Christ. I'm going to get into that main event. I'm going to tear it to fucking shreds. I can't wait for it. But it makes sense. Lesnar's pissed off at Ambrose because he feels like if it was just Lesnar and Reigns, he would have beat Reigns and he would be the main event right now. So I get it. Weapons, blood, chaos. All that rolled up into an awesome present that we're going to get at WrestleMania, guys. And it's sitting there. It's just sitting there. It's like Christmas. You see the present under your Christmas tree, and you're celebrating, oh my God, Christmas, get here. I want to open you. Don't worry. We're going to open that present at WrestleMania, and it's going to be glorious. Definitely potential match of the year. Potential. Yes, I am setting the bar on this match very fucking high. But you know what? I'm expecting Ambrose and Lesnar to live up to that. I'm expecting a bloodshed. I am expecting one hell of a car crash match. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be for this WrestleMania to work. It has to be a car crash. The only downside to this match, and this is a nitpick. It's a really big nitpick. I don't like the fact that Dean Ambrose lost to Triple H. I wish he didn't even have the feud. I feel like it took away some of his momentum. Because think about this. If Dean Ambrose can't beat Triple H, how the fuck is he going to beat Brock Lesnar? That's my only issue with it, because now Ambrose proved that he has trouble beating Triple H. Now, some of you might say, well, Triple H beat Brock Lesnar. Yeah, he beat Brock Lesnar at the exact same time Lesnar won in the feud. Which makes me think if he can't beat Triple H, there's no way he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. Which is why I feel like Brock Lesnar will win this match. And it kind of disappoints me because I feel like if there was ever anybody to get something over Brock Lesnar in this environment, it would be Dean Ambrose. It definitely would be Dean motherfucking Ambrose. Will they have him win? See, that's the thing too. I don't even think they should. I don't even think they should let him win. I think it should be a fight. They gotta do something. They gotta do something in these next 2 weeks to make Ambrose feel like he stands a chance against Brock Lesnar. Maybe do another match between Ambrose and Triple H and have Ambrose beat Triple H then. Then convince me that, okay, maybe he could beat Brock Lesnar. It's not going to happen. Something needs to happen in the next few weeks to make Ambrose feel like he can beat Brock Lesnar. As of right now, I don't feel it. I don't see him believably beating Brock Lesnar. Some of you might go, well, you believe Daniel Bryan beat Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Bryan beat Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton all in one night. So yes, folks, I do believe Daniel Bryan could have beaten Brock Lesnar. Ambrose hasn't done that. There's no reason for me to believe this guy can beat Brock Lesnar by himself. By himself. There's the key word. By himself. The only way for it to actually work is if he does win by interference. Hey, no holds barred, folks. No holds barred. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. Damn. Yeah, I'm picking Brock Lesnar. Jesus Christ. Ambrose. Why are they doing this to Ambrose? If anyone needs a victory like this, it's Ambrose. Ambrose needs the victory, but he's not going to get it. Shit. Okay. We'll find something. for Ambrose. That's sad. I made myself sad, guys. It's okay. We'll move on. It's gonna be a great match. Please. It's gonna be an awesome match. I'm not gonna take it that away from anything. But yeah, looking forward to that. Moving on to what I consider to be the pinnacle, the centerfold of WrestleMania 32. When it's all said and done, this will be the match people will remember about this show. That match, Hell in a Cell, Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. If Shane McMahon wins, he will get control of Monday Night Raw. I have issues about this match, but at the exact same time, I have excitement about it. You know, let's talk about the issues. Let's talk about my issues and then end on a positive note. Because I'll admit, the story is weird. The story is a bit weird. It's clear this was made very last minute. This match is a product of WWE lacking talent for WrestleMania because of the injury. The injury plague has spawned this match. Not going to complain because it's an awesome match to make. But because of it being very last minute, you can tell that we're having issues coming up with a story here. I mean, let's go through it. Shane McMahon came back the night after Fastlane and got a celebrity pop. He is, in my personal opinion, the pop he got showed me what kind of a legend he is. Shane McMahon is awesome. I'm a huge fanboy of Shane McMahon. He is the man. It's my boy. Yeah, he might just be the most over babyface in WWE. Let's see, Brock Lesnar. Well, he's working as a heel now, so he might not be the most over babyface. He could still be. Who knows? Ambrose. It's close. Yeah, I'm going with that. Shane, Ambrose, and Brock Lesnar are competing for that top spot, but Shane, definitely. I'll say it like this: he is the most over non-wrestler in WWE. Let's say it that way. So and he's here to take control away from Vince McMahon. So on paper, it makes sense. I can see a story there. There is a story there. You can easily tell a story with Shane McMahon coming back to take the company, a company that's plagued with injuries, that's not fair to the talent, that's very biased, and is just messed up. The policies are old. And the fact that they're bringing this to the forefront to help give this match some heat is very interesting. It makes me believe that changes are coming if Shane wins, which makes me want to get behind Shane McMahon. And the fact that Vince McMahon got The Undertaker to be the guy to stop him, it makes sense. You don't want Shane to win. So you put him in a match, you give him a match that pretty much says you are not going to win this. It is absolutely impossible for you to win this match. It would make a lot more sense also if he made himself the special guest referee to really enforce the idea that you're not going to win. Again, will it happen? We'll see. I do think one of the last three main events will have a special guest referee. In this instance, it would be Vince McMahon. So why is it that I say it's weird? Because a lot of the stuff about this isn't really being explained. For instance, why would Taker be okay with this? Why is Taker okay with this? Why is Taker helping out Vince McMahon? Don't they have a bad history? My God, Taker he kidnapped Vince McMahon's daughter and tried to wed himself in holy darkness to her. Like, it was crazy. Kidnapped his daughter, and then didn't Taker and Vince have a feud? Survivor Series 2003. Like, I don't understand why Taker would have Vince at all. Why would he be okay with this? What does Taker have to get out of this? Like, if he wins this match, what? Title shot? Brock Lesnar again? Something? My legacy. That's it. I have to protect my legacy. Just like, dude, what legacy? Your legacy's not gonna be hurt or be affected in any way. If Taker beats Shane in this match, It's not going to improve his legacy. It's not going to make it better. If he loses, it's not going to mean anything because he already lost the streak. If the streak was still alive, okay. But the streak is dead. So, what is Taker getting out of this? What is Vince's role in this match? And why does he want to stop Shane so badly? Why does he want to stop Shane so badly? Like, why is he going out of his way to saying that Shane never existed besides being a complete fucking asshole? What is Stephanie going to do? What is Stephanie's role in this match? And what secret is Vince keeping from Stephanie? Like, a lot of this story needs to be resolved for this to have any long-term impact on the show. Otherwise, it's just going to be an awesome match at WrestleMania that is not going to mean much over time. I feel that way about Taker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 28, end of an era. That was supposed to be the last match for all three of those guys, was it? No, it wasn't. Taker came back and wrestled against CM Punk, and Triple H came back and wrestled against Brock Lesnar. And in what era? What did it end? And I feel that exact same way about this match if the story doesn't make sense. We need to clear up some stuff about this story to really get it some legs. Also, one last thing. If Shane wins and he gets control of Raw, what exactly does that mean? Does he have control over WWE, like the entire WWE? Okay, and if he does Shane have the ability to take Triple H and Stephanie? Does he become stronger than Triple H and Stephanie? Like, how much power does he get? What's the capacity of the power? What will he be able to do? What can he do? You see what I'm doing? I know I'm taking the thread loose and I'm just pulling it apart, and really exposing my issue with this match. But I'm doing it for a reason, because unless these holes are covered or explained here, this match is not going to be able to meet expectations very well. You know? But, okay. Despite all my issues with this match, despite the lack of story and holes with it, I am still looking forward to the match itself. Simply because it's Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. It's going to be a complete throwback to WWF Attitude Era. One of the most death-defying performers in WWE's history, Shane McMahon, having his first match back since 2009, and he's fighting The Undertaker. That is huge. How can people not see how huge that is? That is a phenomenal match. Yes, the story's not there, but excuse me, I'm not going to say I'm not going to watch the match. And you know goddamn well, there will be blood. You know goddamn well they will beat the fuck out of each other. And you know goddamn well Shane's going to do something crazy. This is Mr. diving off the top of the Titantron we're talking about. I would not be surprised if he did dive off the cell. I'm actually expecting it. That's how crazy this man is. I will be disappointed heavily if he didn't do something like that. And I get it. He's old. Shane is in his 40s and Taker's in his 50s, for Christ's sake. But they can both still go. They can both still go. I have faith that they can still put on a good match. Aside me is a bit worried because they are old. They are getting up there. I mean, Shane had a big botch on Raw. Jesus Christ. You're going to sling and I'm going to miss. Ah! Okay. Dang. He recovered. But that was freaking hilarious. He recovered, though. That just lets you know how old he's getting. He's not what he used to be, man. But we'll see. Maybe they can still go. I'm hoping that they pull it together. This is the most anticipated match in the card for me. If this match fails, this WrestleMania falls apart. This match cannot fail. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Vince McMahon will add himself as the special guest referee. Regardless, this is going to be a great match. The guy that I would want to win, honestly, it has to be Shane. I wouldn't expect anything else, honestly. But there'll be bells and whistles. I'm pretty sure Vince will be involved. I'm pretty sure Stephanie will be involved. Someone will be involved. You know. But Shane McMahon has to win. Because, again, that is the only thing that has value going forward. Taker wins, then what? Nothing happens. Shane wins, he gets control of Raw. There are possibilities. You can do something with that. They can do something with that. So the only option here is Shane will win. That's the only other option. How do I feel about that? Taker's going to lose another match at WrestleMania? Sure. Whatever. It is what it is. The streak's already over, so who cares? I've accepted it. That's just what it is, guys. But yeah, Shane McMahon winning is the most logical option. And I'm curious to see where it will lead. Simple as that. All right. God damn it. Let me get some water for this shit. God damn it. The main event of WrestleMania 32, which I'm hoping isn't unless something changes drastically. But the main event of WrestleMania 32 is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And it's going to be the game! Triple H versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, you're in trouble, WWE. You are in some deep, deep shit. And it's waist deep shit. It is deep, guys. If they go out any further into the ocean of shit, they might drown in it. It is that bad. Let me just say this, because I cannot figure out what the deal is with Triple H and these terrible main events. What is up with Triple H having some of the worst booked main events in WrestleMania? Seriously, he's got to have some of the worst luck out of anybody I've seen. Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 18 having to follow Rock and Austin. No, not Rock and Austin. Rock and Hogan. Sorry, because he didn't follow Rock and Austin. That would have hurt him at WrestleMania 17 if that happened. But yeah, WrestleMania 18, he had to follow Rock and Hogan. That didn't work out very well. And then WrestleMania 28, he had to follow Shawn Michaels and Taker, and that's perhaps his worst one yet. He did main event against John Cena at WrestleMania 22. That was all right. It wasn't booked very well. Cena came across as the heel, and he came across as the face, which is what it is. I think the only one that he's had that I actually think was very beneficial happened to be the one where we can't talk about because it's involving Chris Benoit. So, damn, he must have the worst luck. I'm sorry, Triple H. I'm sorry. This sucks for you, man. So on top of Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, the match he can't talk about because it has Chris Benoit in it, and then his match against Cena, now he has a match against Roman Reigns. And let's be honest, it started off hot. It started off very interesting. I was behind this match in December because when they did that beatdown on Triple H and they showed a vicious side of Roman Reigns initially, yeah, he lost the championship match because he was screwed over and he went crazy and he beat down Triple H and he got the championship. Cool. And then Triple H came back at the Royal Rumble and took the championship off of him. Great. Okay. It's going good so far. Then they fucked it up. Immediately. The very next night, they fucked it up. Because here comes Reigns smiling. I can, I will. I can, I will. And then he just gets a title shot. They just give Roman Reigns a title shot. They worked so hard. The Authority and Vince McMahon, who worked so hard to get that belt off of Roman Reigns, just gave him another shot. What? Oh my God. My earbuds fell out. Let me put them back in. Okay. They just gave him another shot. And then he goes into Fastlane, says, I'm going to win by beating Brock Lesnar. Who did he pin? He pinned Dean freaking Ambrose. Because great job there. That's really going to make you a babyface, you dumbass. Oh. And to make matters worse, what does WWE do to amend this? They take Roman Reigns off TV for weeks and then have Dean Ambrose carry the storyline for him. Having fans invest into Dean Ambrose, and Ambrose gets nothing out of it. And now all of a sudden, here comes freaking Roman Reigns, and we're supposed to cheer for him now? You've given us no reason to get invested into Roman Reigns. Literally nothing. Roman Reigns is not connecting with your audience. It's not working. It's not working. It is not going to work. Roman Reigns, honestly, at this point in time, the best option is to turn him heel, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, getting back to the point where they took him off TV, what makes it even worse, besides the fact that Ambrose was more entertaining, the shows were better. The overall shows were better when Roman Reigns was not there. Like, are you dumbasses? Okay, and then you bring him back in a heelish fashion. I mean, yeah, let's talk about when he did came back. When he came back this past Raw. All right, here's Dolph Ziggler fighting Triple H. If he wins, he gets a WrestleMania match. If he loses, he doesn't. I don't know. It's whatever. What better way to get some babyface momentum than to come back and help a guy who wants a WrestleMania match who's been screwed over by the Authority? What better way to make yourself seem like a cool guy than to have an interfere in the match, cost Triple H the match, and have Ziggler win, get the crowd behind you because you helped out another fan favorite? But that would make too much fucking sense. No, Reigns lets the match happen, and then he comes out afterwards to attack a Triple H who just had a match. And JBL even said he's attacking a man who had a match. That's a coward move. He's a coward. He's right. He's right. The heel should never be right. Roman Reigns did look like a coward coming out and attacking Triple H after the match. That's not what baby faces do. That's not a badass. Austin never did that. At least Stone Cold Steve Austin attacked him before or during the match, not after the freaking match. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, I can be here all day. This fucking match is stupid. What are you doing? What is going on? What are we doing with Roman Reigns? Oh my God, he might as well be a heel. He might as well be a heel because clearly the guy in this match who is the babyface is Triple H. The same guy who on the same night was the complete asshole who told the fans that they would never be anything in life. The same guy who gave Daniel Bryan that much of a hard time. The same guy who also was running NXT, so that doesn't help his case. But the same guy who's a complete asshole. The fans are going to cheer for because he's a badass. He is the badass. He doesn't need to cheat. He's proven to us that he doesn't need to cheat to beat Roman Reigns. When Reigns came running down after him, Triple H didn't run. He just stood head to toe to toe with them. This goddamn match is it's dumb. Seriously, I'm trying to figure out why fans should get behind Roman Reigns. Why should we get behind Roman Reigns? WWE, answer that question. Why should we get behind Roman Reigns? And I like Roman Reigns. I'm not saying he's a bad talent. I never said he was a bad talent. But the booking of Roman Reigns has been absolutely atrocious. I'll say it right here. Roman Reigns has to be the worst booked babyface I have seen in my life. He is the worst booked babyface, worse than Cena. I said it. I say it to the heels. I said it. He is booked worse than John Cena. So, Reigns is just not going to work. If you have him win this match, it will be a disaster. If you have him beat Triple H clean, the fans will boo him. I don't care if you throw The Rock out there, Rikishi and the Usos. You can pile it on top with the fireworks and the confetti and make it seem like the crowd's not booing him. It's not going to work. Because then you have to worry about the next night on Raw. And then months after that, the fans are not going to get behind Roman Reigns as he is right now. Accept it. The only way for this match to work, the only way for this to actually be beneficial to Roman Reigns and your company going forward, WWE, is if it sets up a heel turn. It has to. It has to set up a heel turn. I don't know, a finger poke of doom kind of ending where Triple H allows himself to be beat by Roman Reigns and then reveals it's all a setup. It makes sense then. It makes sense because you could tell a story there that Roman Reigns, after he lost at the Royal Rumble, decided, you know what, I can't do this. I can't win. I cannot conquer you, Triple H. I want to be with you. I want to work with you. And then he becomes the new authority corporate figure. You know, it works that way. You can tell a story with Shane McMahon being the guy trying to take down Roman Reigns, and you know the foils, the pieces will be there for WWE to create some good TV going forward. That's what I want to say. If you do that heel turn that way, hell, you have to do it that way. You know, maybe, just maybe, Reigns just gets sick and tired of the people saying that, you know what, I'm tired of you booing me. I'm going to do it my way. And he just loses his mind and thinks and just turns heel that way. I don't know, man. How awesome. How fucking awesome would it be if Reigns beats Triple H and, well, I don't know, we do some kind of a double turn or some crap. And then after the match, he beats down The Rock and the Usos and Rikishi and the Samoan Dynasty. Damn. Oh, we're missing out. We are missing out, man. I don't know why they want to book him as John Cena. They could be booking him as Roman freaking Reigns, the thoroughbred of wrestling, the LeBron James of WWE. But no, we got to make him Samoan Cena. When he could be established. He could be established as a fucking despicable, unrelenting, devastating monster heel. That's the best option to go with, in my personal opinion. But no, that won't happen. It's not going to happen. They don't have the balls to do it. WWE is too stubborn. They are too stubborn to realize when something just isn't working. And against all odds, against all logic, they have decided to push Roman Reigns as their guy because they just don't get it. They either don't get it, they're in denial, or they don't care. I don't know which is worse, but it's pathetic. It's pathetic at this point. You know, these two will probably have a pretty good match. I'm not going to take it away from them. They will probably have a pretty good match. But it's not matter. It's not going to matter because everything is out of whack. Everything about this doesn't work. Again, the audience has nobody to cheer for. Why should they care? This is one of the worst book main events in WrestleMania history. It is one of the worst books. It has to be. It's going to end with Roman Reigns beating Triple H and some stupid Samoan Dynasty celebration at the end. And Dallas is going to boo him. They are going to boo the hell out of him. And imagine this happening in front of 105,000 people in the arena. What is wrong with? Did they not see this through? They didn't. They didn't. But knowing WWE, they will draw it out with fireworks. They will draw it out by lowering the house mics with confetti, and it would be the perfect FU to the audience. The perfect FU to the audience that will hurt WWE going forward, and their product will continue to sink in viewership, and nothing will grow, and they will continue to have trouble creating stars, and eventually, long-term wise, they will have problems with their product going forward. There you fucking go. That is my thoughts on the main event of WrestleMania. Shit. Roman Reigns will win. If Triple H wins, I will be shocked. I will be shocked if Triple H beats Roman Reigns. He's not going to. He's going to drop the belt to Roman Reigns, and WWE's not going to care. Michael Cole and JBL. Oh my God, Michael. Hey, did it, Michael. He's a heel. He's a heel commentator too. Oh my God, the Samoan Dynasty did it. Michael Cole. He did it. He silenced the critics. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That is going to conclude my podcast. That is my thoughts on WrestleMania. Overall, again, I hope they pull through. I hope the WWE pulls through and makes this work and makes this WrestleMania special. It's all on them at this point. They got 2 weeks. I gave my thoughts on the show. I gave my thoughts on the matches. So at this point in time, guys, what are your thoughts about WrestleMania? How do you feel about this show? How do you feel about the matches? How do you feel about the feuds? How do you feel about the storylines? How do you feel when it comes to your excitement of the show? Are you excited for WrestleMania? With that said, thank you guys for watching. I will be doing an NXT TakeOver Dallas preview the week of. Look for that. That deserves its own preview. I'm not going to lump that in with WrestleMania. NXT deserves its own freaking preview. And they will get it. So, there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. With that said, if you like what you got today, because the sun's out, follow me on Facebook. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, which is this one. Follow me on this. Like me on this. Also like me on this on YouTube and subscribe if you like it. And of course, donate to my Patreon if you want to continue improving the quality or the growth of this channel. I'm getting out of here, guys. I'm hungry. So this is your boy, TheStageMan, signing off. Catch you guys next time. Peace.